Hi there, everyone. It's an emergency Thursday night NFL algorithm update. Oh my goodness, what has happened? The answer is Jacksonville all of a sudden got a kicker. That's right, Jacksonville didn't have a kicker. And if you look at the projections with the video I did a few days ago. And so I went and grabbed Matthew Wright, who is now been named as the kicker for Jacksonville today. He had fantastic stats last year for Pittsburgh. And it looks like he was in 3 games for Pittsburgh last year. So it just so happens that you're able to kind of use his 2020 stats in here instead of not having any kicks so far this year, as if he was a full-time kicker for Jacksonville. If he looks anything like he did last year, going 4 for 4 on field goals and 7 for 7 on extra points, then he adds a layer of scoring to the Jacksonville team. And I updated the algorithm to include his contribution, and it gives him this 0.8 right here as a kicker. That's a lot of points. Now, I mean, this is all speculative, but there was no kicker previously, and that is incorrect because obviously Jacksonville does have a kicker. So after updating the injury report today, I have to say, the score comes out 18-18 all of a sudden, and it's a tie game. And the reason why Jacksonville shows up here is that apparently this is actually a little more than 18 for Jacksonville because of the kicking. That is unexpected. 17.84 to 17.67. Now, I I just felt like saying that because, I mean, you have to have a kicker in here. So here you have all of a sudden a really close game, and apparently the spread is now is 7.5. I don't know. That's just interesting. So I figured it was time to do a video. There'll be a more extensive video with all the games because I'm still working on projections, and we'll just watch this tonight game. But it's saying lower scoring game, and now it's almost a draw. And if it is almost a draw and they fight this out, then you got to watch them potentially fighting a game that's tied like 17-17 or 20-20. But apparently a lot closer than you thought, which makes Jacksonville plus 7.5 all of a sudden a lot better. So I was kind of thinking about how to do this, where people ask me what picks to make. Well, there's a money line pick, and then there's a spread pick, and then there's an over-under pick. So here, given that you have one game, we would say the spread pick is Jacksonville plus 7.5. The money line pick is not Jacksonville, even though they're plus 275, because the win score percentage for Cincinnati is so much higher that they are supposed to win this game, even though the point projections are doing some funky stuff, you know? So this Cincinnati would be the money line pick, even though they're minus 310. Jacksonville on the spread, and then an under, because the over-under, I don't know what it's set at now, actually, because I didn't update these stats, or these lines. So it was about 45 or 46. This is a whole lot less than that. This is 36. So it does say an under. Those are your 3 picks, but if there's one pick of the day, I don't know. You know what I did today is I'm not in a state where I can wager. I'm in North Carolina right now, and I can't bet on the game unless I were to drive like to Virginia or something, and I don't have that much of a gambling problem to go do that. Or do I? Let me explain why. Instead of doing that, I did what is legal here in North Carolina on FanDuel. FanDuel, a service and a website and a company that I'm beginning to like a lot, actually, given their apps and their website are highly functional, and I really like them. And I was on FanDuel, and you can do fantasy on FanDuel. And I wrote a program to do fantasy, to do the one-game showdowns where you got like 5 guys and one of them's an MVP. And I entered like 450 entries that I had this program create into a bunch of different tournaments tonight. So even though I can't bet on this game, I have like money on every play is the way that fantasy works. It's kind of funny. And I'll let you know how that goes because it's going to be fun. That's all I can say. I'll be watching this game tonight. So in that complex review of what happened and adding a kicker to Jacksonville, all of a sudden it made it a closer game. That's what we need to know, and you've got a few hours, and I'll make this video public right away because everyone should know that. I mean, they didn't have a kicker before. All right, good luck. May any of your picks be winning, and I'll let you know how it goes on FanDuel. Check out FanDuel. I like them. I will advertise for them for free. So far, I like them a lot.